What's up, everyone? Today's me my movie spoiler review of Spider-Man. So here we go. So Peter Parker is just basically a freelance photographer for the high school. Goes to where Oscorp is doing DNA experiments, pretty much. Apparently one of the spiders escapes, bites Peter in the hand, and of course Peter late in the day does not feel good, goes to bed, and he feels like he's dying. His DNA complete changes overnight. He not turns to a spider, but he has like spider abilities. Spider sense. He can wall crawl. He can shoot webs and all sorts of other things too as well. And then later on, he feels great, feels different, and yeah, he feels like a big change for him and all that kind of stuff. And of course, he has a crush with his girlfriend, Mary Jane Watson, the girl next door, Lily next door, had a crush on her, and he wants to impress her, but he sees Flash Thompson his boyfriend has a nice car, and he tries his best to get a car from the ads, which he does. Goes over, grabs paper, classifieds, finds a car, and then finds out there's actually a wrestling event. If you can survive 3 minutes, you could win, I think, $300. I think you win like $1,000 and something like that. Not about a lot of money, but back then, a lot of money. For a teenager, a lot of money back then. So he goes for it. He makes up a suit. He makes up basically like a weird juvenile before his Spider-Man kind of suit. And he's about to go out. He's about to go over there, but he has to take a ride with Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben sees something changes in him and tells him, with great power comes great responsibility. And of course, we don't know what that means. We kind of do. He goes into the event, ruckus event, hosted by the greats. I love Bruce Campbell, big Bruce Campbell fan. Bruce Campbell as the announcer. And then Bonesaw McGraw as Randy Macho Man Savage. If you don't know who that is, for wrestling fans, he's probably one of the most entertaining wrestlers of all. He's in the movie, and it's a fun little cameo they had. Both cameos they had in this film. And he beats him in 2 minutes. And then he goes over to try to get his money back, and then he gives him less money. He doesn't give him the cash prize that says he wants to get. And of course, there's a robber going on, takes the money, he runs, and then Peter's there. Peter sees him, and he just lets him go. And then the security guard who's trying to catch him said, "What are you trying to do? You could have caught him. You could have caught him." And then the banker or the guy running the business says, "You could have got him. You could have got him." Says, "Not my money, not my problem." I'm paraphrasing, of course. And he goes out later on, and then finds this crowd of people of Uncle Ben lying there. He got shot by the robber, and Peter is distraught, and now he's got to find this man and then end it or stop him from doing this. He does. He chases him, and the man falls backwards, dies, and then he feels guilt for losing Uncle Ben. Goes to Aunt May, goes to the funeral, of course. Very, very saddened, but also like feels like something's never going to change or whatever. And then we met up with the villain in the movie, Norman Osborn, or Green Goblin, played by Willem Dafoe. I'm a big Willem Dafoe fan. I love Willem Dafoe. Death Note is Ryuk, great character. Boondock Saints. Anything Willem Dafoe, I'll watch. I love that actor so much. He's great, and he does a great job of portraying the villain in this film. And he does. Gets serum, and then finds out that the military he's working with are not happy with the glider. The glider, there's a type of subject has actually died doing this, so it's not safe. And the military just said, "Scrap it. We don't need it. We'll find something better." And of course, he's throwing everything he can up there. So he tests himself, and he turns into the Green Goblin, and then takes out the military, the executives, the people who are trying to keep Oscorp running or keep Oscorp down. And then later in the film, we find out that Spider-Man's in the movie, and then there's Daily Bugle, and I love this actor too, J.K. Simmons, playing J.J. Jonah Jameson. Love J.J. Jameson, one of my favorite like side characters back then. He's Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man. He's a menace, and all that is Love that character so much and love that actor. That actor is so good, solid actor. If you haven't heard J.K. Simmons, look him up. You've probably heard of him, probably heard his voice acting in some of the movies like Kung Fu Panda 3, Invincible, all stuff like that. You probably know who that you probably know that actor actually really is, but he's solid, great actor, and he does a great job portraying Jameson in this. So he works for the Daily Bugle as a photographer that takes pictures of Spider-Man, and of course he gets a job. And then there's a parade going on. There's a parade going on he has to go to, and then he goes to this parade, and Mary Jane's there, um, Mary Jane's there, and his best friend Harry Osborn, Norman's son's there, and they're dating. And Peter's there. Peter senses something wrong, don't know what it is. Finds the Green Goblin's here. He's there. There's a fight scene going on. He kills the executives. He kills the board members. The board members of what happened of Oscorp, because that's Green Goblin. He's evil, and that's who he really is. And of course, Spider-Man does kind of try to stop him. He doesn't really stop him very well. He tries stopping him a couple times, and then finally he captures Spider-Man, and he tells him, you and me could be a team. You and me, it's just alike. And he says, we're not like alike. I'm good, you're evil. Says, what's the difference? We can rule the world. With your power, my mind, everything around, we can do anything. And of course, Peter's like, then loved ones would be missing. He says, but they're missing. And of course, he does force him, says, I know who you are, but I'll find out who you are. I don't have to know who you are, I'll find out myself. And when I do, you'll lose. Everyone you love, you'll lose. And of course, it haunts him. Now he's like vulnerable. Now he's vulnerable and he's worried about his aunt, his best friend, his girl, not his girlfriend, but his crush, Mary Jane. And then of course we find out that Norman does find out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man at the dinner that Aunt May invited. Invaded Norman, Harry, MJ. Peter's there, and then of course Peter's late, and then he knows that's Spider-Man. He knows right off the bat that's Spider-Man. Finds clues, finds out who he is. So yeah, tracks him down, and then when he finds out about it, this is perfect. I can do anything I want. So he does. He tries to scare the living daylights out of Aunt May. Peter hears about it. She's at the hospital. She's freaking out. She said his eyes are yellow. I can see his eyes are yellow. And it's like terrifying. And of course, now he's got to find him. Knows his girl is Mary Jane. He kidnaps Mary Jane. And now Peter's got to find what's going on. And Mary Jane's held captive over a crane. Over a ski lift. And then on the next side is a school bus full of children. And Green Goblin tells him and says, you choose your girlfriend or these innocent little kids. Which one you want to do? He lets him go, and of course Spider-Man chooses Mary Jane and then saves her, and then saves school bus. Heroic, being boy heroic he really is, and all that kind of stuff. There's some cringe moments in here too. The New York thing. I do like the idea it's in New York. I'm not a big fan of New York, but I do like the idea because Stan Lee's from New York. It makes sense. And I like the New York people saying, you miss one of us, you miss all of us. It's like, this is New York, this is a Big Apple. It's like, they actually owned that part. They really did, and they did a good job. It's cringy, but for its time, it was pretty fun. I mean, it was pretty heroic what the New Yorkers did to save Spider-Man and stop Goblin. So at the end of the movie, great fight scene where Spider-Man gets the living crap beat out of him and loses part. I love this in the movies. In each movie, he loses parts of his suit. Like his suit is torn, ripped. I loved it. Damaged. I love that. I love it's in the movie. I love it's in the latest video games. In the latest video games, latest comics as well. This was a very cool way to do it, and they did a great job of doing that. So he tries tricking Spider-Man and of course to Norman, and of course it's not Norman, it's the Green Goblin. Tricks him, And then, of course, he uses a glider to try to kill him. Spidey sense kick in, flips, and then glider comes in, hits him in the midsection, stabs him, and then the last word Norman tells Peter said, "Peter, don't tell Harry," and dies. More guilt. Now he killed his best friend's father. And a good man, too. Norman Osborn, a good man. It's just high stakes and whatever happening to what he was doing. It's sad to happen. At the funeral, I mean, Harry said, "I'll find Spider-Man, and I will, whatever he did, I'll find Spider-Man, and he will pay for killing my father." And Peter's like, "I don't know what to do now." That's the next movie, probably. We'll find out. And then, of course, Mary Jane's like, "You know what? You've been in for a lot. You know what? I like you very much. I want to be with you." And, of course, he can't tell. I love the idea. He never tells Mary Jane, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man." He never tells her. Never tells her in the first film. I love that. Keep it a mystery. Make it feel like it's basically what a hero mentality really is. And, of course, he can't be with her because he's afraid he's going to lose her. And, of course, he leaves her alone at the funeral. And he says the line, "I'm Spider-Man." And it has the ending chorus. The movie ends. I love this movie. Can't really talk a lot about this movie because I had a long review. It's a long review. Sorry about that. But overall, I love this movie. Very fun movie. Very nostalgic. Some cringe moments in here as well. Some other stuff I might have missed. But if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's so well done. I love it very much. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy my spoiler talk on Spider-Man. And thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.